Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi by Hashem Rakakadash. I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, which taught me this truth. And I would like to say shalom to all the Akim and Akwaf that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. I would like to say shalom. So today, I just want to go into this article that I have pulled up on the screen, and it's from Fox Business. The headline reads, half of U.S. companies preparing to cut jobs, survey shows. Okay, and we understand that America, okay, pursuing the prophecy, which is Babylon the Great, okay, is now in a fallen state. And the future of America is looking very bleak. But before we get into this article, we're going to grab a precept because you still got Jake over here trusting in their oppressor, okay, trusting in the shadows of Egypt. You got to understand we were brought over here to America for a punishment. We were brought over here to America for our disobedience. But what is Jake doing? Jake is getting comfortable in this place, okay, trusting in their oppressor, which is Esau Edom, all right? That's why it tells you in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart. Matter of fact, we'll start there. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay? Baruch 3:8. We're yet this day in our captivity. This is not our rest, Jake. Okay? Stop trusting in your oppressor. As we get closer to the end, okay, we're going to have to step out on faith. Okay? And we see this devil removing the middle class. We see this devil removing, the jobs out of this economy. Okay. And it's all according to the Lord's plan. But what is Jake doing? Jake is continually trusting in his oppressor. Let's read it again. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. America is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So let's go back to Isaiah 30. And starting at 1, woe to the rebellious children, speaking about you Israelites, saith the Lord, Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, that take counsel, but not of me. Because if you was taking a true counsel of the Lord, you would be hearkening, okay, and listening to the prophets, starting off with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, modern day Egypt is America, and have not asked of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. The modern day Pharaoh is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's what Jake is doing. Jake is trusting in the shadow of Egypt. Okay. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Okay. All you people that's trusting in your jobs. Okay. They're about to be removed. Okay. Especially you women, that's getting these high, salaries, for sitting behind a computer, not doing shit. All right. Trusting in the shadow of Egypt is about to be your shame. Let's read this again. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, let's get one more. This is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Okay, woe meaning destruction. Okay, all you people that's going down to Egypt for help, you niggas that took that jump shot to keep your job. Okay. All you niggas that's trusting, okay, in the shadow of Egypt, woe be unto you. Let's read it again. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, and horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And you niggas ain't seeking the Lord, okay? And that's why the times that we're coming into, which is going to be coined as Jacob's trouble, the worst time ever, okay? A lot of you niggas are getting ready to be cut off, all right? So let's get into this article. And once again, we're going to read the headline. Half of U.S. companies preparing to cut jobs, survey says. All right, let's look at this short video clip.
Joining me right now is Mainstay Capital Management founder and CEO and chief investment strategist David Kudla. David, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. We are all wondering what this inflation story is going to mean for jobs, given the fact that so far the consumer has been holding up in the face of 40-year high inflation and 2 straight quarters of contraction, meaning we are in a recession right now. What are you expecting on the jobs number? And what about this rally that we've seen in stocks for the last 6 weeks, David?
Yeah, so last month, good morning, Maria. Last month, we had a jobs number that, or the estimate, compared to estimates, basically blown away. We're similar 250,000 for this quarter. We'll see what we get here in a couple of hours. But in terms of how inflation is affecting jobs, and it's a function of what the Federal Reserve is doing to combat inflation. And as they reduce aggregate demand through tightening, that's having certainly an impact on jobs, causing a more potential of a deeper recession. Because I agree with you, our definition of 2 quarters of negative GDP or contraction, we're technically in a recession that could get worse. And if that's the case, we're going to see that impact jobs more and more on the negative side, negatively.
Yeah. So what will you be doing in terms of investing here? We had the president of the Cleveland Federal Reserve, Loretta Mester, predicting that the Fed is going to continue raising interest rates through 2023, David. We already had 2 straight 75 basis points hikes. We're looking to the September meeting where we'll probably see a 50 basis point hike, if not 75. But she's talking about mid-2023 when these Fed hikes stop. What is that going to mean for the stock market?
Yeah, we've had over these past 5 or 6 weeks, there was this notion that we were going to have the Fed start to pivot to, already pricing in a pivot by the Fed. But the Fed has a lot of work to do through the rest of this year and into next year. So that's probably premature. We've had a good rally here over the past 6 weeks. I think that we are still in a bear market. We're still going to have choppy markets through year end and maybe into 2023, and that's really just a function of this tug of war between do we have a recession, which causes the Fed to back off on their aggressive rate policy, but a recession or deeper recession is not good for stocks. So I think investors need to be very careful here, still have their hedges in place, but have that core part of their portfolio and grow stocks in some of those areas that will still do well longer term.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen layoffs and job cut announcements, some tech companies saying they're going to freeze hiring at this point. And it's interesting to look at what rates are doing, because as the Federal Reserve is raising rates, 75 basis points the last hike, real interest rates, short-term rates are dropping. Look what happened to the mortgage market. Freddie Mac shows mortgage rates have dropped below 5%. This is the first time in 4 months. Zillow says that it's expecting the real estate industry to, quote, meaningfully contract this year, David. So when you look at actual rates, they are telling a different story about this economy. They're telling a story of real slowdown. Even as the market talks and looks at the consumer being strong and the administration saying things are not in recession, real rates are actually indicating we are seeing a very sharp slowdown. Mortgage rates were all the way up close to 6%. Now they're at 4.99%.
Yeah, so when we talk about that we're a consumer economy, 2/3 of our economy is based on the consumer, and the consumer has still been strong, but more and more that's on credit card debt, that's on debt in general. So there's a likelihood that we start to see that weakness coming on. And yeah, we have, if you look at what's happening in the housing market, starting to roll over, mortgage rates came down over these past 6 weeks as interest rates came down. The 10-year from its peak about a month and a half ago to now fell almost 1%. But, we still have this tug of war. That was on the notion of we're heading towards a deeper recession, the Fed will pivot. But we also have on the other side of that they have a lot of work to do on rates, and interest rates can still bounce back higher. And that is what's causing this pain, real pain in the mortgage market, housing affordability just falling substantially. We don't think there's a
Yeah.
a crash like in 2007, but there's a correction happening, and it's going to deepen. Certainly would deepen with a deeper recession in the housing market.
Yeah. David, real quick before you go, it sounds like you would be selling into this strength.
We are. So we're looking at how we allocate the portfolios. We're almost always fully invested, but we do have defensive sectors that we want to have in there. If we are headed towards an even deeper recession, we want those recession-resistant sectors like healthcare, utilities, consumer staples.
All right, we'll leave it there. David, always a pleasure. Thanks so much. David Kudla joining us this morning from Mainstay.
The future of Babylon is looking bleak. So let's read, a paragraph or two of this article. Pretty much going to say the same thing. It says that according to new surveys published on Thursday by consultants PwC, which last month pooled more than 700 U.S. executive and board members from various industries, about half of respondents said they are preparing to reduce headcount or already have, while 52%, it jumped on me, while 52% have implemented hiring freezes, okay? And Babylon the Great is finished, okay? And a lot of these job cuts are going to start with you women. That's why it tells you in Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and grab that. Isaiah 32:9, it reads, rise up, ye women that are at ease, okay? All you women that are trusting in Egypt, okay, that got these high-paying jobs, sitting behind desks, them are going to be the first jobs that go, okay? Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Yahawashi is letting you know it's about to get bad out here. Be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teaks, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Okay, it's about to get bad out here, and it's gonna and you women, okay, of the tribes are gonna feel the effect more. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and grab Ecclesiastes 12, because this is what we're seeing. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Okay, all these people that's speaking about the market, okay, the housing market, the jobs, okay, they're trembling because of the grim reality of what's happening. And what it is prophecy is now overwhelming, these people. All right. In the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and gird, and the grinding ceases because they are few. Okay. Speaking about the jobs, and those that look out of the window shall be darkened. Okay. The future of America is looking very bleak. It's looking very dark right now. All right. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. Speaking about the jobs, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So let's go to Isaiah 19. Okay, this place is finished, okay? And we see Yahawashi, removing the mirth out of this place. We see Yahawashi, strategically, taking this place down, okay? This is Isaiah 19, and we'll start at 14. It says, the Lord Yahawashi hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and is a very perverse spirit over here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? And have caused Egypt to err in every works thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. This is the point. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Okay, Yahawashi is about to sit all you niggas down at home, okay? And if you ain't got this truth, okay, if you don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding built up in your vessel in the days to come, okay, you're going to bug out, okay? And they're going to bring that solution, which is that MOTB, which is the CHIP. That's the only way you're going to be able to function in this society, okay? They're removing the middle class, okay? They want everybody to get on this CBDC, all right? It's about to get bad out here, and Jake still think is a game. But the hopeful elect is going to depend on Yahawashi. Let's go to Isaiah 10 and 20. All right. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such are escaped from the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Speaking about, Esau, Edom. Okay. The elect, we're the hopeful elect, Lord willing, we endure and become the elect. Okay, we're not going to stay. And when you go into that word stay, it means to depend. We're not going to depend on this goddamn devil. Okay, we're not going to depend on his jobs. Okay, we know a day is coming where we're going to have to step out on faith. We're not going to have a job to go to. Okay, let's read this again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as escape from the house of Jacob shall no more stay again upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahawashi, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Okay. And the remnant shall return, even a remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Not all Israel, just a remnant. The consumption degree shall overflow with righteousness. So the elect is going to depend on Yahawashi, because we see Babylon the Great circling the drain. Okay, we understand Babylon is fallen and is not going to be healed, and we'll end with that in Jeremiah 51. This is Jeremiah 51 and 8. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen. Okay, we see this place in a fallen state. Okay, and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. This place cannot be healed. It's going to continue to get worse and worse. Okay, we see Yahawashi plaguing this modern day Egypt. Okay. We see this place circling the drain. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifted up even into the skies. Okay, so we see Babylon the Great circling the drain. Okay, we see the bleak future of this place. All right. And like I said, I just wanted to go into this headline because we see, okay, this devil, cutting jobs, cutting the middle class. Okay. And it's going to bring nothing but chaos to this place. Okay, so with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakadash. And I'm going to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim and Akwaf that's believing on this truth. Shalom.